Preferred major are also in demand locally and regionally. Second, preferred major can create the labor market. Third, students would be more satisfied and success in careers. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, our first argument, we're going to prove to you that people are born with different interests, personalities, and strengths. So, we need to decide different from each other. You need to base on your preference and interest to choose. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, if we look at the skill gaps, even the survey in 2014 among the employer, Cambodian select as quality employee that they cannot perform up to the level required by the employer. So it reflects that Cambodians still lack of quality people in almost every sectors, such as healthcare, education, law, finance, and banking. It is the report told us by the Ministry of Labor every year. So we need diverse skills, and no particular skill is not in demand. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, why we don't choose the major that we like and also in demand of the labor market and regional market right now? Why you need to push yourself, to force yourself to do something that you don't like? Why you need to follow the labor market that always change and you cannot catch it? Especially the Asian integration. In 2000s, the Asian integration, that there are plenty of opportunities waiting for us, but only waiting for talent people to come in. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, prefer major, follow your passion, follow your interest, follow your personality and your talent from the birth, so you can do the best. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, don't hesitate at all to choose the major that match with your personality, your interests, because all the major that you prefer also in demand locally and regionally right now. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, choose the major that match your personality, your talent. Use your talent to show out, to discover your potential. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, you only can do the best with what you love. So follow your interest, potential, and your talents. Our team would like to beg all of you to join our sides because you are the unique person and your design is yours. It's not labor market. Thanks.
Dear opposition team, do you actually believe that your preference still develop and remain stable? Absolutely no. Because our preference can be developed and it depends on developed by time to time. So we can say that preference can be developed. Ladies and gentlemen, respected judges, we can say that, and we are proposing the motion that is Cambodian students should choose the majors that match with local and regional markets rather than preferred majors. And here is what we believe. And due to the fact that it helps the economic growth and development in our country, including the three potential factors, such as the individual, the family, and the whole society. Ladies and gentlemen, noticeably, based on the principle of ASEAN AEC motivates Cambodian students to choose to build up their in-demand majors that match with the regional market as well as the local markets, and also in the opportunistic way that we have to think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, and the members of the House, so let's you imagine that why do we need to continue to learning to get the bachelor degree, master degree, or PhD? Because of what? Because of we want to get a job, to earn the money. For what? To support the whole family and as well as ourselves as well. So in here, we can say that when we choose the job that match with local and regional markets, we believe that it's very essential that we have to take a look into those of the economic growth and development in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, respected judges, one more thing. When you get a job, you have sufficient money, you can afford to pay the tax to the government and as well as to have a purchasing power to buy any products that they need to pay for the tax indirectly and as well as for the national state budget as well. And members of the House, ladies and gentlemen, more importantly, when they get a job, they have sufficient money, they no need to be worried about the insecurity or crime exists in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, take into a deep consideration and try to ask yourself that, do you want to prefer the job that seems like you get the low salary and better than you and then you don't want to depend on your parents? Yeah, please.
Thanks. Can you tell us which is the job that get a low salary? Thanks.
Yes, thanks. This is the perfect question that thank you. The jobs that we get the low salary, as we see nowadays, for example, like for some students study the accountant, they prefer to study accountant. But can you take a look? They get the low salary when they start to work, just only $100 or $150 for per month. So take into this consideration, match with the job that we are required, and also be able to do it. It is the best choice that we have to do. And ladies and gentlemen, no thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, respected judges, one more thing. When they get a job, they have the money, they can live happily. And economic growth and development, not only you, the individual family, not the individual, the whole family and society, but also everybody, and also around the world, and especially in our country, Cambodia, you know. And ladies and gentlemen, respected judges, we, proposition team, strongly strongly support that Cambodian students should choose the majors that match with local and regional markets because it can provide the tremendous benefits, including the individual, the family, and the whole society, due to those three potential factors that can push our economic growth and development in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we proposition team strongly propose the motion in this House. Thank you.
Respected judges, ladies and gentlemen, as the main speaker has mentioned that ask me to imagine, but I don't want to imagine. Is it real? Students can choose the major based on their preference. Can you picture yourself that you work for 5 days a week with the work that you don't like? What happened? We know, we work for money, but even money can solve people's problems, but money cannot buy our happiness. Once again, respected judges, ladies and gentlemen, as my team leader already told us that preferred major are also the demand of local and regional market. Of course, our society is changing from day to day due to the advancement of technology and globalization. So we cannot predict that. We cannot predict the labor market in the future, but we can predict our skill and our major that best fit our preferred major and our ability. And moreover, judges, ladies and gentlemen, choosing a major that you really love is an efficiency medicine that lead you to be successful in your life. And here is our second argument. Yes,
Ms. Speaker, do you think that your love will never change?
Thank you for your perfect question. For me, if I love someone, I will not never change. ladies and gentlemen, and all audience, you are not coming to school and work for others, but you come to school to learn. And you have different way and different dream to create your own ability, and you have ability to create your own profit. So if you are prefer and you have the real ability to choose the majors that is made with your ability, it will give you more impact than local and regional markets. So please take a look in our country, ladies and gentlemen. There are many startups. Thank you for your question, my dear opponents. Yes, music is a kind of art that remember that all jobs are good. Start imagine right now. What is your real prefer that you want to study that make with your preference? What is your real goal? Draw your plan goal right now, everybody. Don't be hesitant to choose your majors that based on your preference and your talents. Because last but not least, we would like to suggest all of students, not only in this Stadium Hall, but all over the world. Please choose your majors that based on your preference and doing what, and it will work for you another day until it gets by yourself. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at the motions again, please. They say that choose the major that match with local and regional market rather than their preferred major. What mentioned here is that our team is not ignore preferred major, but we want you all to mention and focus more on the regional and local markets. Ladies and gentlemen, as the opposition team has mentioned that follow your preference, follow your interest. And then, next, listen to me. Life is full of unexpected and also twist and turn. And we can say that besides asking what your passion is or what your interest is, you have to know how to value other people around you, especially to make your country and the world become a better place. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's think and go back to the past 5 to 10 years ago. Do you think that your interest is still the same? Due to my real example, as I was a kid, I really interested in entertainment, fashion show, I like catwalk, but what? Going to teenager life. Mostly, I like to go to pharmacy to buy medicine for my grandparents. And then what? I found that pharmacist life is one of the most enjoyable. But back then, to high school, I feel like I can see the political issue, I can see the injustice happen in the country. So I decided to choose international relations as my major. You know why? Because international relations is one of the measures that effective to the regional and local market. Besides that, you might have more opportunity to involve, and you are also one of the human capital to build your country. Moreover, I choose IR in order to help my country to be a better one. Yes, please.
The question is that we know we have the labor market. So if we don't have the skill and ability to do the job, so how can they hire us? So how can they hire us?
Ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned that for our team, we focus both preferred major and also regional or local major. Yes. And they state that if we don't have the skill or motivation in order to go, so do you think that you are looking down on the quality of Cambodia education? As you know that one step like the first year, second year, third year, and to fourth year after you graduate the bachelor degree, it's sure that you have enough skill and enough capability to make a job and in a better way. Ladies and gentlemen, according to Benjamin Stott, one of the famous author, he said that interest is not a decisive matter. What's focus is the skill. And beside that, ladies and gentlemen, you have to know that once you choose the major, it neither predict and also guarantee your future. Ladies and gentlemen, the question that I would like to ask here is that why everyone need higher education? And why everyone continue to study master and PhD? It's because of money. Yeah, and because of that, people try to make money through choosing the major that fit to their local and regional. According to Phnom Penh Post, they have said that many college that graduate is unable to find job, while some of them ending up working in the job that is minimally related to the jobs market. Ladies and gentlemen, and also a VOA has said that the government, like described from the government speech that 200,000 people, they expect that will graduate from bachelor degree, but they ending up only 80,000 people that have the job successfully. So what makes this happen? It's because of the student mostly focus on preference, interest, and goal without thinking about the regional or local markets. Ladies and gentlemen, and here, have you ever analyzed about the consequence of making or choosing the wrong major from the market? Yes, and here I show you. The first one is that for the people that work wrong, we can say that wrongly to the market demands, they have the low paid job. And low paid job lead to low productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, next one is that for those who are unemployed, they will need parent support. So all in all, it leads to economic stagnation. Ladies and gentlemen, me as the proposition team still support this motion. Thank you.
Respected judges, ladies and gentlemen, maybe the proposition team lack of motivation to listen Dr. Goldpeng, founding father, that just speak out. Everything for money, we know it, but he worked not for money, he just said. Respected judges, ladies and gentlemen, Cambodia students should choose major that might be their preference because the student would be more satisfied and successful in their career. Why we need focus on preferred major rather than local and regional market? According to NBC News release on November 27, 2013, we can see that Steele Kepler, ATC's assistant of vice president and the head of post-secondary strategy, was said that picking wrong major
is the expensive mistake. And university students who choose major not reflect to their real interest are less likely to graduate on time and most likely to drop out from the university. For the evidence, we can see that the concept of students who choose the major that match with their interest will more improve and perform better at university than the result of their study successfully. It's rather than students that force themselves because of the local and regional market. And the reason also, we can see that the nationwide surveys of the United Kingdom in 2013 show that the students will perform better and better at the university if they choose the major that might be their interest, because it's from their passion. It is from that what they want. Meanwhile, in here, I surely that everybody in here also know, Phnom Star University of Cambodia, before we enter to the university, we have to join ABC's course. Why we need to join ABC's course? Because ABC course need students to think deeply and clearly about what they love, what they're going to do, and what their passion on their future. And then they will spend their whole foundation year to make the decision, not just one day or not just spend tomorrow or another time, but 1 year to make the decision. It means that they will choose it in the second year for their major that they love. Ms. Sorjachit, Director of Administration of Phnom Star University of Cambodia, recommend that. No, thanks. University students should choose the major that follow their passion rather than what they want. Because the passion will make them easily to study, will lead them to success in their university. But what they want, it's just that they look at different want it and they follow different. Or they just look at the local and regional market and do it. It's not from their interest. To do something that's not from your own feeling. How do you feel about that? And then, after graduate, you are surely to find the job that match with your major that you try hard in your university. And your success in your future, it's surely you will satisfy with your result. However, if you don't get your desired career, it means that you not lost it. But because of your high motivation, you will try harder and harder to get that job. Why? Your passion. It's your goal. That you easy to drop out your goal? Of course, no. According to National Education Association in 2014 reported, no thing, 75.3% lack of the staff that have less motivation and quit their job. Why? Because their staff are work on the job that they don't like. They will lead them to quit. And as the result, they will start the job again to find what's their favorite job according to the skill. And we see that if we try to study with the local and regional market, are solely to drop out and start it again. It's all about wasting the time in the previously. And one more thing, Harvard Business Review. In March 29, 2012, they said that hitting to unknown all decisions are very important. So, follow your passion. Life is too short, don't pass your opportunity away. Do what you love. We are opposition side. Ask you to join my side.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that maybe the opposition team, they have confused about the talents and the preference. You have to define separately between the talent and the preference. Preference means that you like it the most, but the talent is mean that the ability that you can do it in good ways. For example, I like guitar. It's my preference, But how could I play guitar and not have the talent to play guitar? So you might confuse about this point. And you say, and another way, if you want to follow your preference, but sometimes your preference should be adapted and suitable and fit with the local and regional market. Without this point, sometimes would you want to end up with a university for 4 years without getting job or without getting low salaries? And without choosing the right major that fit the local and regional market? Of course, the labor market is available in large amount for the student. But if you choose the wrong major, of course, the labor market are not welcome for you to join. And another point I want to raise up that if you might be a little bit confused more about choosing the major concerning with your preference, because it's ignored to the fact that the majority of the world people, they work to get food, to housing, and to get another support for their daily life, not to work to fulfill their emotion and in spiritual preference. And that's why we support that whenever the student choose the right major, that in the demand in the job market, it means that they can get the right job and a proper salary to support their life, to support their family, to satisfy their desire and make their life easier. And moreover, it can lead to a stable and secure society. And the most important point, it's lead to the economic growth, because when people have a lot of money, they can satisfy their desires, and it can produce a lot of productivity growth. That's why we come here to support the Cambodian student to choose the right major that fit with local regional market. And as the proposition team, we would like to encourage all of you to join in with us to encourage the student to choose the right major that fit with local and regional market. Thank you.
Judges, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Speaker has mentioned that everybody live and learn for money. It's a wrong assumption. Maybe only her that learn for money. We can see Dr. Kolping, he's learned for wisdom, not money. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, money is not everything. I don't live because of money. If everyone work for money, I think other people will choose IO like her. But absolutely not, right? If there are a lot of major are chosen. So everyone, I believe that everyone is not learn for money. And second point, they are trying to assume that if we choose the major that we love, we cannot find a job. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, I'm majoring in textile. And they assume I cannot find a job. You don't need even teacher. And textile is my preferred major. You don't need even teacher. All skill, every skill has its own market, ladies and gentlemen. And about low salary, I'm so disappointed with that. Accounting student, are there accounting student here? Yes. Why she say that you will end up with low salary? All skill has the high paid. Unless you are capable enough. Trust me and trust yourself. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, life is full of unexpected. As Mr. Speaker has mentioned, life is full of unexpected. So the labor market is changing unexpected. You cannot catch it. You cannot estimate what will the labor market demand in the future. So follow your talents, follow your strength in the best way. That's the reason we raise up our first argument and second and the third. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, in choice major, the first argument, prefer major also in demand locally and regional markets. Second, prefer major can create the labor market if you love to do it. And third, students would be more satisfied with that careers and successful in their life. It starts from enjoy learning, enjoy studying, and enjoy your life. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people regret because they need to do what they love. And I wish you are here, Buddhans, to choose the major that you love, choose the major that match with your personality and the talent you from the bus. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy studying. You only can do the best with what you love. Do what you love and love what you do. Thanks.
Thank you so much for both teams. Ladies and gentlemen, now you are asked to remain silent for 2 minutes for our judge to proceed the score. And judge, just want to notice that do not calculate by yourself, just only circle the numbers. Thank you so much for both teams. You may leave the stage and waiting for the result. Thank you so much.